All right, thanks so much, Amber. The Muskegon Bourbon Fest returns to the Lakeshore. That's Paul Starr, you saw there on camera. He's live in studio with us. And Paul, for people who maybe haven't been to the Muskegon Bourbon Fest, you brought this beautiful display here for us. Tell us about the festival.
Yeah, it's our second year. We're hosting it in a really cool museum.
Nice.
And I'm a museum junkie kind of myself, so it's kind of fun to sip on some bourbon, and then also look at cool exhibits in the museum.
Yeah.
So we have these are some of our higher end stuff. So this would be like the VIP, with like Pappy and stuff like that. But we have the VIP ticket and the GA ticket. If you want to drink high-end stuff, get the VIP ticket. It's really worth it. But if you don't know a lot about bourbon, get the GA.
Okay.
We have.
If you're not a bourbon connoisseur, you're fine with
the best thing about the festival is that it's half-ounce samples. So you get to try and you get to find out what you like and what you don't like. And because a lot of these bottles are $100 or more,
right?
So it can get pretty pricey. So you can try and see what you like.
Yeah.
And but we also have some tequila, we have beer, we have wine.
Okay.
So we have
not
something
all bourbon.
Yeah. So we have something.
And that's a great way to think of it, getting to taste some of these bottles that maybe you've seen in the stores that you're like, oh, do I want to drop $100 on that? Well, this is your opportunity to taste it beforehand.
Well, and a lot of these, the bottles up here are extremely rare. So it's like you kind of see, okay, do I really like that? Is that worth chasing?
Right.
Is it worth paying, the absorbed amount of money for some of those bottles? And then you just seeing what you like and what you don't like. And, in our VIP area, we always, our bartenders are really experienced.
Okay.
So they know a lot about bourbon, and they're like, okay, what do you like? Do you like sweeter? Do you like spicier? They
can kind of give you some suggestions, maybe, of what you might be looking for.
Yeah. So it's just it's kind of the we have over 100 different whiskeys in the festival, and we have a lot of Michigan vendors.
Nice.
Like right here, New Holland will be out there.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
We have Mammoth and several others. So it's just local stuff. National stuff, but it's just a mix of kind of all that.
Nice.
Yes. Well, bourbon people love their bourbon. I absolutely know a lot of people like that. But there's a lot of people who don't really know too much about it either. Are there going to be people there to kind of help walk you through what everything is, what bourbon is versus whiskey even, and all of those different details?
We have some of that. It's more kind of the VIP area has that, but we have a lot of volunteers that are super knowledgeable too.
Okay.
So just basic. Whiskey's the top level, and then bourbon is a subcategory under it.
Oh.
It's just the basics of it.
Okay.
But there's different kinds of whiskeys. But yeah, we our big thing is education, and it's a big part of just understanding how it's made and the difference, and and figuring out what you like and what you don't like.
Yeah, it will be nice to sort of be able to chat with people about the different types of bourbon. I know you said that's more so an experience in the VIP area.
Yeah.
This has been going on, a couple of years now, I think you mentioned. How did it all get started?
Yeah, it got started. Our first one was the Lansing Bourbon Fest. So we do, I think next year we'll be doing about 10 Bourbon Fests a year.
Oh, wow.
So we go all Michigan's major cities. We do a Bourbon Fest. So we just got done last weekend with Detroit's at Detroit Historical Museum.
Oh, cool.
Really cool museum, I must say. If you're out there, it's worth a visit. But, we try to put cool events in cool settings. So if it's a museum or if it's a cool building, it just helps with the ambiance. And we always have really good music. Usually it's kind of like a one-man band, but they're always good and entertaining, and it fits the vibe of the event.
Yeah, something to enjoy that bourbon with.
Absolutely. We've got bourbon, we've got music. What else can we expect if we're heading out to the festival?
Yeah, we'll have a couple food trucks too. So that obviously we
gotta have some food. Soak up this bourbon.
But yeah, there's a lot of drinks. There's a lot of different variety for people. So if somebody's not really into it's like always the couple is one into bourbon and one isn't, or
right.
So then that's why we kind of offer the wine and the beer too, because just to give something else. And we do have a cocktail station where we make custom bourbon cocktails.
Oh.
And we have like a tequila table, and we also make batch cocktails of tequilas of margaritas.
Nice,
Ooh.
nice.
So-
Well, I love that there will be just such a variety, and it sounds like we're talking high end, low end as well. I mean, even on these bottles, I'm seeing a variation of it. Looks like the tickets that are required for these
Yeah.
tastings. I'm seeing as low as like under 5 tickets to some having 30 tickets necessary to
Wow.
try it. So that kind of gives you a feel of the range of drinks
Yeah.
we're talking here.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the VIP, you'll go from 1 ticket to 35 tickets.
Wow.
Because, the 35 is like a $4,000 bottle.
Are there some $4,000 bottles that people, okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean, it's high-end, rare stuff, and we like to give people opportunity to try stuff. And I call it a public service announcement, because the hardest lesson in bourbon is that just because it's $100 doesn't mean it's a good bourbon.
Oh.
So-
Yeah. So what is that usual difference between when you see a really expensive bottle of bourbon or maybe one of
Yeah.
the cheaper ones? What is that typical difference?
A lot of times it's how they set the price. It does, but and everybody's palate is different, and everybody
Yeah.
likes different things. So I might not think something that somebody thinks is great. It might not be my jam, but and it's like price can be driven on rarity, can be driven up by that. But it's not always, just because it's expensive doesn't always mean that it's good or it's what you like.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's why like the half-ounce samples are great, because then you get to sample. Like a lot of people are like, I don't really like ryes, and they try one, they're like, oh,
This one's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do
So,
you know the most expensive bottle people will be tasting from, sampling from?
Yeah, we have Michter's 20, and then we have the Michter's 20 is.
Which cost? Is that the $4,000 bottle?
Yeah.
Wow.
And we have the
Okay.
OFC, and so that. But like Pappy 20, it's up there too.
Also up there.
Yeah.
You can
Wow.
go just for the chance to say, oh yeah, I've had,
Yeah.
what's it called? I forgot the name already, the $4,000 bottle.
Michter's.
Michter.
Michter's 20.
I've tried Michter's before. Only cost me 30 tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with these tickets too,
Well,
I want to.
it's a couple of things. Like a lot of, if they're really into bourbon, a lot of people, can't get the bottle and they want to just try it. And, so we'll give them that
Yeah, because
experience.
access too, right? You said, I'm
Yeah.
sure not every place has just got 16 bottles of that on the shelves for you to be able to find anyway.
It's hard to obtain, and it's a process, and
But you can find it at the Bourbon Fest.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can.
So when we're talking about tickets too, the amount of tickets that you would have to pay for each of these or really give for each of these, what does the pricing look like for people hoping to head out?
So the VIP ticket is like $100, and I think the GA is kind of around 50-ish right now. But you get tickets with the ticket, but you can always buy more. So GA is like $2 more per ticket, tasting ticket, and VIP is $4. So it's not like, it just depends on what you want to try. And some people get the VIP because in the GA, like everything is one ticket. So they'll buy the VIP because it's a good value, because you can get other good stuff. Because in the GA, we have like Blanton's and Colonel Taylor.
Still good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff, yeah.
And you can use the tickets that you get from your VIP purchase to then use, get the drinks that are just one ticket each.
Yep, and that's the benefit by having VIP. And usually kind of roughly an entry for usually a quality bottle is about $100. So a lot of people see the value in the VIP ticket, and because you can get a discount in the GA, and then plus also sample some really, really rare stuff.
Really high-end
Yeah.
bourbon. Yeah, good stuff. And are you including Michigan distillers here? I mean, are we expecting to see a lot of that incorporated into the drinks we'll be sampling?
Yeah, we'll usually have about 10 to 12 Michigan distilleries.
Nice.
And we even showcase some of the Michigan distilleries in the VIP, like New Holland here.
Awesome.
Like we'll have Mammoth on there, and we'll have like Two James, and so we'll have a few. I've really made it a point in this last year to feature Michigan in the VIP, to show like, hey, you know, Michigan's making some good
We've got
juice
good
too.
stuff too.
Yeah. So
we really appreciate your time this morning, bringing this fantastic setup. And I feel like Amber and I maybe learned a little bit more about bourbon this morning too. Paul, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. We're back right after this.